My professional background is in consulting, management consulting. I worked for Accenture for about 20 years. It's one of the largest global consulting companies in the world. I also, the last 10 years of my career, was responsible for all the recruiting activities that Accenture had here at the Madison campus. I think one of the challenges, especially in today's day and age where a lot of the recruiting process is electronic, what that says to me is, as a graduate coming out, I need to broaden my resume as much as I can, doing research, doing internships, studying abroad, volunteer work, and other work in the community. But you need to work to try to broaden that resume, because the impact that you make initially is going to be now what's printed on the page. What I saw when I was interviewing people on campus is the thing that would probably move the needle most for most people is practice. It's pretty easy to hone in on the 4 or 5 or 6 things that people are going to ask you about, independent of what company they work for. They're going to ask you about your leadership skills. They're going to ask you about your ability to think creatively, to problem solve, to interact with other people, to articulate your opinions. And so what I would say is take the time ahead of the interview. Think of 3 or 4 or 5 vignettes from a couple of your different experiences that answer some of those questions. Practice them, at least in your head, maybe in front of a mirror, but go through it so that when you get that question in a 30-minute interview process, that 3 or 5 minute answer to that question comes naturally. Well, I think there are several things from the Career Initiative for LNS that I think are pretty exciting. One, I think building a network of alumni and getting them engaged with career services is a huge piece of that, because I think alumni that understand the LNS background, that are successful in business and are willing to help either mentor or identify intern or co-op experiences or identify full-time employment experiences and getting their companies involved in opening doors, I think that's a huge start.